Yo, YouTube, what is up, man? It's your boy, Damn D. In this video, I want to play DJ Akademiks is about to ask Wack 100 why the feds haven't talked to you yet. And Wack 100 is not going to like that. Wack 100 is not going to like that. In my next video, Akademiks is actually going to be forced to apologize for doing this right here. All right, so this is Akademiks being messy, doing too much, creating narratives, creating propaganda, and all that bull ass that he always do. But Wack 100 like, nah, man, why are you asking me about the feds? Like, what you trying to insinuate, you know? So Wack 100 is gonna check him on this. So let's get into it.
48 minutes ass nigga. Fuck going on?
Yo, Wack, man, I'm gonna take the credit, man. They got you on the fire, man. They said Wack ain't sounding the same no more, man.
What you mean?
They say your tone to change, man. They say you went from doubling down to saying you were trolling the whole time.
No. Hold on. First of all, what I said was, after reading that paperwork, like, I don't know that dude. Yeah. You got to remember, it's like, all right, me and you. Yeah. Ever since we met, right? Everything we do, it be about building on some business somehow, some way, right? And it's like you're going to read some paperwork where you see I'm doing all that kind of shit. And right now, you're going to be like, I don't know that Wack, right? And the only thing I did say was when it came to the family, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I can let you hear so much shit people call me with and telling me shit, and I know they be trying to get me to run with it so they can say, look at that stupid motherfucker, we fed him some bullshit and he ran with it, right? They'll do that, right? So when if you ask me right now, Wack, when your brother died, I can tell you time, date, year, everything. Certain shit you don't forget when somebody was murdered. So when she first called me, and I'm like, yo, so when your brother get killed? And she told me 2022, right then, I thought the bitch was a troll. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm reading an article that says 2021. And then when she started telling me certain shit about the DNA, bro, when we parole out here from the penitentiary, you cannot walk out of that prison until you give them a swab inside your cheek for your DNA. It's just mandatory. And I'm gonna tell you why. They come do that prior to. So if you're wanted in New York or Kentucky or Miami, they say you're paroled from CDC into the custody because they want you over there. They got 45 days to come get you. You know what I'm saying? Because if I leave some saliva in the fountain blue and a crime happened and they swab it, it's gonna come back me.
Right, listen. You know, first of all, I think you're a little bit backtracking. You're doing it for the wrong reason.
I'm not backtracking shit. When TMZ told me the family's authentic, I'm telling you, it's a big TMZ interview got done a week ago, bro. They said, Wack, Harvey, I call Harvey like I call you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Harvey said, Wack, the family's authentic. We seen them, we sat down with them, we did a big interview, it's coming. Right? Once he told me that, right, it was what it was. But other than that, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you, some people I know how I know them. Fuck they past. I didn't meet Big U till 04. So whatever the fuck he did in the 80s and 90s, bro, I don't know that Big U. The Big U I know is trying to figure out how to start a label. How can he do this? How can he do that? We didn't do that type of shit. I today don't do that kind of shit.
Like, I'm all the way in your corner with it. I think you just need to tell people, like, nigga, because you know they're thinking, yo, you knew a little bit too much. Like, no, Wack is just smart. Wack know how to.
I know a little bit too much where though. Where did I know too much at?
They felt you know the details before the indictment. Like usually that's kind of rare. Like if the police.
Motherfucker, I played the record, but the only details we do is what was on the recording and with Brick Baby. Now Brick Baby, now we done ran through this shit. I done read it 3 times. I gotta retract. Brick Baby ain't do no telling. You know why Brick Baby ain't in the indictment act?
You did say Brick Baby was working. Is he working?
No, listen, no, in the AK he got something going on. But we was trying to figure out why Loose Cannon's in the indictment and he's not. You know why? Brick Baby was a victim. He got extorted too.
Nah,
if you read the paperwork, bro,
you can't get extorted while you're doing a crime. You know what I mean? Like,
no bullshit.
It's like going to the police station saying, yo, they robbed me for my cocaine.
No.
Be like, nigga,
no. See, this is what you're not understanding, bro. Brick Baby did a move that had nothing to do with nobody.
But it's a crime. It's a crime.
Yeah, but listen, they found out. You hear me? They found out Brick Baby called a nigga and robbed a nigga's plug. Somehow they found out about Brick Baby's move that ain't got nothing to do with nobody. So what they say is Brick Baby got to pay us half. Right? In essence, they got Brick Baby waiting and hot. So when they went and said Brick Baby got to pay us half, and they squeezed him, Brick Baby drop a bag off and say there's 5,000 to 7,000 in there. That's y'all half. They squeezing him. See, they had nothing to do with the move. When they counted, it's in the paperwork. It's 2,000-3,000. They say, oh no, we got to go find this nigga. So guess who went to find the nigga? The police. So what they used was that little pop shit to get the warrant. When they came in there, they found the case. This is why when Brick Baby called 600, who at the time was his pal, his exact words was, it's a RICO coming now, but it ain't a 6-0 RICO, it's a big U RICO. He tell us this June 2023. He said they won't cuz for a body in Vegas. At this time, we're oblivious to any of this shit. If you go find recordings of us in 2023, you'll hear us saying what Brick Baby told us, right? Now, fast forward. The shit come out. What does it say? Big U Enterprise. Right?
Hold on, let me backtrack 1 second though, because you said if you're basically saying Brick Baby was getting extorted, but if the feds
it says it in the paperwork.
No, but hold on. But if the feds wouldn't look at that as extortion, if they're saying that Brick Baby's in the same organization doing the same thing, that's just like
that's not, bro. Listen, he's not part of that, bro. When you say you're part of a nigga's organization, that means see this is where they got loose at. They're saying, Luce, you did this move for this individual against the same individual, and you guys came together and counted it and broke it up. That's the same organization. Brick did a motherfucking robbery on a nigga way over somewhere else that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And that organization found out and said, nigga, because you from the hood, you got to pay. It's in the paperwork, bro. All y'all niggas gotta do is read it.
No. It's in the paperwork. It's just how the feds are looking at it. I don't think the feds would look at it like Brick is some ancillary part that got nothing to do with Big U.
Bullshit. That's how they gonna look at it. They're gonna look at it and look. The fact, see, this is what you got.
Ain't Brick the subject of another indictment where it's alleged that he's supplying guns and stuff like
that ain't got nothing to do with them. It's sealed, right? So, but this is what you're missing.
Okay.
The only way the police is gonna tell Brick, when that nigga Brick told 600, I'm listening. He said, "Yo, it's an indictment coming down, but it ain't a 60 indictment. It's a Big U indictment because it's hot for a body in Vegas. This is June 2023. Nobody knows about this.
Wait, you said that in 2023?
He told us this is what you ain't fucking listening to. When they picked him up with a K, they let the nigga go a day or two later. He called 600. Him and 600 is running together. They had no jumper together. They taking pictures and shit together. He said, bro, there's an indictment coming down, but it's not a rolling 60 indictment. It's a Big U indictment. Something about a body in Vegas. We don't know what the fuck is going on. When the feds go to Big U house in August, we think, right, it's some fraud shit because they take him and his wife.
So Big U knew about if Brick is telling y'all this or telling 600 this, Big U must know that the feds was hot on his tails last year.
Okay, now stop. This is how I know you didn't read it. If you read the paperwork, it says also in June of 2023 they served a warrant for Big U's DNA.
Yeah,
it's right in the paperwork.
They pulled him over and they got it.
They pulled him over, so of course he fucking knew. So the same month Brick tell us this is the same month Big U got pulled over and served a warrant for the DNA. You follow what I'm saying? So if you go pull up all the shit, you will find that in June 2023 we exposed Brick, baby, because my whole disposition is Brick. The police ain't gonna talk to you about what's against a 60 unless you on the side of the police and fear that you gonna tell the 60. This is my whole thought.
So that's why you said it was working.
That's why I said it was working, because he just get caught for the case. So at the time he's lying saying Adam bailed him out. We later find out the bail was tapped. He put that in his pocket. They let him out on the signature, just let him go. There was no money ever put up. Then later on, he said on your show, it was a DA reject Compton Court. I had Reggie Wright go check. For Compton Court come back, it was drugs submitted that day. No gun. AK and the phone is with the feds. But at this time, it's damn near 18, 20 months. I'm like, nigga.
Wait, let me ask you this question, though, right? And I think that's where people were saying they feel like you're backtracking a little bit.
Backtracking where?
No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Because if you're from the streets, right, and these guys got current situations where there's open cases, this and third, the feds are trying to connect a lot of dots.
Gotta stop right there.
If you're forcing them,
you gotta factor in, Brick is the look, bro, in these streets, if you get caught with something, bro, you gotta provide a bail receipt or a motherfucking dismissal.
But you gotta provide it online, though, because I feel like you haven't defended it.
He never showed nobody.
So you said if his homies pulled up on him,
bullshit, nigga, hey, bro, listen, it's a few of them I'm tied to. Okay. OG niggas. He never showed nobody. He stuck to his guns like I was lying. Then, when I made him go into the rant, remember when he gonna put kill squad on the streets? Mm-hmm. Then he admitted, I got a gun case, I go to court next month. Remember when they did the emoji, had him crying and shit? You don't remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go look at it, he says, I go to court next month, I'm gonna bring the paperwork.
Hold on, okay, so I'm agree with you. I'm just asking about the principle. Do you think that in a situation like that, that these dudes who are street dudes should have to be putting their paperwork up on the internet?
You're motherfucking right.
I'm not saying they shouldn't have paperwork for...
Hell yeah, bro.
So you're saying they should deal with this on the internet?
Hey, bro, Nick, hey, listen, I put all my work up on the internet.
Yeah, but those are resolved cases. You don't have an open case.
It doesn't matter, bro. Listen, if I go and bail out, I'm gonna show a nigga my bail receipt. Wack, why are you out? I'm gonna show it, bro. Nigga, you ain't got no bail receipt. What you out? How you out?
Okay.
This nigga got caught with the same thing, and he had to bail out. Brick started saying it was a lie. First thing, it was a lie. Then, he had to go to court in a month. Now, I let 2 months go by. I said, Brick, what happened in court? What happened in court, nigga? You sit on the couch. That bitch ass Wack 100 be knowing too much, and you go to court next month, and you gonna show us the paperwork. Where's the court date? Now, looking at what we know now, do you think Brick had a court date that next month? Fuck no.
I don't appear so.
He didn't have one.
I'm giving you all the credit because you, again, like I believe you reverse engineered figuring it out by asking certain questions. I guess
that's exactly what I did.
There's only an ethical thing to it, right? The ethical thing to it is that if you a street dude, you put other people in that position online.
Hey, bro, listen to me.
A lot of them say they have the indictment, they were defending themselves online or corroborating online.
Hear me out. Listen, bro. This is how this works.
Okay.
You get your case. You bail out, and you got a case pending. We want to see it because if it's dismissed, how did it get dismissed? Yeah, how did it get dismissed? If you bailed out, show your bail receipt. If you go into court, show that you got an active court date. At that point, it's nothing to talk about, bro. Ain't nobody asked you about no details of your case.
Okay.
But when you lie and say you ain't got no court date, you ain't got no case, you didn't get caught with this, nigga, and it comes out you did 21 months later.
Hey,
right?
What about if Brick had said this, right? Because I think this is the reality behind it, right? They picked up the gun, they did run the warrants for whatever the phones or whatever, but he didn't get charges immediately, but he don't want to speak on it online because he don't know what's going to happen. It's like the feds wait for filing illegal shit, and again, they might be saying, yo, they're going to bring the ATF on this. The DA, they didn't post drugs. You don't want to speak on it.
Whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. So let me give the Squareville people, because you're from Squareville when it comes to this shit, another way of looking at it. that you're gonna understand. Do you think if Big U and them knew that nigga Dale got caught shipping 100-something pounds from LA to Ohio back in fucking June of 2020, they would have been pressing that nigga like that? Dale has been out for 5 years working with an active case open with no court dates, nigga. Okay. Right now, we got the paperwork. This is why niggas be like, hey, bro, you got a case, where your work? He got caught in June of 2020, shipping 100-something pounds of drugs from California to Ohio somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Hear me out.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with
this whole 5 years he's been out, and I'm gonna send you to work to it. He's been out, and you know how he's been staying out?
He's been snitching, working.
Delivering. You get it? So brick, nigga. You run around out here 21 months, lying. See, if I catch a case, I'm gonna tell niggas I got a case. I got a case, I'm fighting. Straight up. It ain't even. I got a case, I'm fighting.
I suppose they grabbed something from your house, but they didn't charge you for it yet. But you know they grabbed it, they could charge you any time.
If you arrest me and I bail out on the signature bond or bond, I'm letting that be known, bro. Straight the fuck up. Because if you hiding it, bro, why are you hiding it? We come from, you got, cause watch this. This how this work, Act. If you got 10 niggas, 3 niggas that was fucking with you for this, and 3 niggas fucking with you for that, and 2 niggas that's fucking with you at a podcast, right? You know what's gonna happen, Act? When you tell your people, hey bro, I just got booked for an AK. I got an open case. Every nigga that was fucking with you on something they wasn't supposed to be doing, guess what they gonna do, Act?
What's that?
There we go. You didn't give them people that opportunity. You know why? Cause you are now hot, nigga.
Let me ask you a question. You also said that, you said Big U essentially was working because he had a BlackBerry phone. He was calling the police.
But that's grid. That's a whole nother, that's his grid contract. That's spelled out in the grid contract.
You also, I know that's the grid program and the contract you have, but you basically kind of, and it kind of went to what Lou said, right? Where it's like, if the guy who's supposed to be the community gang leader that is kind of being a liaison with the police, his job is to call and report certain type of dealings in the community, how could that guy be still, like, I feel like you were kind of implicating him, like, yo, he got one for them, one for that.
What I said was,
away from him
when the neighbors called us, August of 2023, right? And said, yo, Alpha Big Boys hit his house, took him and his wife. Right? So we wait for 2 days. You know what we watching? We watching his IG. No movement. 3rd day, IG start moving. Now, I think what a lot of these people on social media who really are nobodies to me, because they from Delaware and they from here and there.
They didn't be trying to troll you. That's a fact.
Act, they don't understand my position in the game. Act, one thing you know, I'm tying into everybody. That's somebody, somewhere. Straight up. Did you hear when Big U said, if one of you niggas get my contract, I know you stand with all this shit?
That was weird, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, no, I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna tell you why. That's the main basis of why he's about to go down.
No, I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't weird.
Okay, tell me.
A lot of shit that I used to say, Act, is no way I can know. You get what I'm saying? If I went on the internet and start calling you a childhood name that your aunt and uncle called you, right? You're gonna know.
You know my
I had to get that from where? I had to get that from your family, right?
Yep.
So, but y'all don't know that I would say shit that only the 60s know, which told him his homies had to been telling me this shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not from over there. I don't live over there. I don't hang over there. So when I'm saying shit that only a certain generation knows, that only they know, he knows that if some of his people communicate with me. Y'all don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
No, I definitely get it. Hey, real quick, because, so this is, and I read some comments, and I might be just coming off as someone who read comments, but it didn't make a little sense. They felt, this is why they were saying your tone changed a bit, right? Because, like, I was even looking up this morning, the idea, or what's determined as extortion under federal statutes. You lead yourself to some exposure based on, even when you used to run with it, like, for example, the Future story. That sounds like extortion. We ran a nigga out of the airport, we extracted money from this guy who did not want to give it up. Like, we basically told him,
here goes what you guys always do, right? Y'all like to add shit to what I said. You know, I'm a bet man, Akademiks.
I am too.
I'm a bet man.
I would bet you. But
right? Okay. So I would put up a little small wager if you can find a clip that say we took any money from Future.
Yeah, but demanding money, and also demanding money, it might not be, again, extortion, but you see how, like in the RICO it said they show a pattern of trying to extort.
No, let me correct you on something.
Go ahead.
When we saw Future, Ack, if you tell me, yo, Wack, you know the Move the Woo Fresh and Fit niggas? Yeah, man, I gave them niggas 15,000. I went to the motherfucking studio down there where we recorded. Man, that shit was empty. Them niggas have been moved out. They beat me for my bag. Right? Okay, I'm coming through the Beverly Center. I see the Fresh and Fit niggas.
Okay.
You knowing me, what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, you gonna highlight them, yo.
I'm gonna say, hey, homie, bro, Ack tell me y'all beat it for 15,000. What's happening? Hold on. I'm gonna get you on the phone. I've done this 1,000,000 times. Right? Hey, bro. Boom, 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 boom. I've had some people say, Wack, they just covered the debt a week ago. They took care of me. Or I had some people say, yeah, bro, what's up? Like, we need to fix that. Right? So, catching a nigga and taking something from a nigga is one thing. Right? But catching a nigga and saying, hey, homie, you took some money from the homie paid you to show up somewhere and you was a no-show.
Oh, so there was an actual legit transaction.
Yeah.
Or people thought it was just like checking in money.
No, I ain't never did that with nobody. Y'all just adding shit to it, nigga. Like, how's it checking in money when we mentioned the nigga that he owed? The nigga he owed ain't from California. What the fuck are you talking about? He ain't even from California.
Yeah, because he's trick shit, right?
Yeah, he ain't even from California. So this is money that a nigga didn't pay the nigga, and a nigga ducked off on the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Listen, I ain't gonna say the artist's name, but I've had artists I've had artists that was signed to me, right? Well, I didn't ran into niggas. The niggas didn't jump out. Wack, we need to holler at you. What's up, homie? Man, we gave your artist, you know, X amount, 2,500 to whoop, nigga didn't no show. You know, you got that? You can show me that? Hold on. Open their phone up. Boom, 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 boom. I see the contract, the transaction. Okay, cool. You know who his manager is, right? Yeah, next time deal with me. What's your cash app? I sell him his 2,500. Right? If you owe a nigga, you owe a nigga. So what I just did was, I'm gonna get you off of my artist. I deal with my artist on what I just had to pay on his bill. So when you see him, let him be. Right? That's all it is. You would never find nothing. What it is, I'm noticing you niggas hate me so much, they keep adding words to what wasn't said. All right. If those words exist, them clips would have been everywhere.
Do you think it's a possibility, since you did run with Big U at a point, if they got Big U under the gun?
Slow down, bro. I don't run with no nigga.
No, but y'all used to be cool.
No. What you saw me do
with 6ix9ine, that's what you used to say.
Hold on. What you saw me do with 6ix9ine, what you see me do with every other dude I do business with, even yourself, Troy Ave, all this shit. You saw me with Troy Ave at your spot. You saw me and Troy Ave in the motherfucking St. Thomas.
You used to be at the
hold on. No, he ain't no difference. You saw me with Troy Ave in St. Thomas, right?
But
I ain't seen Troy Ave in 18 months. I didn't talk to him 10, 20, 30 times. Let's get this right. Wack don't run with no nigga.
So it's strictly
you would never catch me with no nigga, nobody, unless I'm on tour with my artist 2 days in a row. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, I'm saying that, listen, they're about to put the squeeze on Big U. Is there any, people are thinking maybe they get nervous because Big U might say, yo, if I'm locked up, bring Wack down too. He did this with me back in the day. Big U extort all them rap niggas.
Wait, first of all, I'm gonna be real. There was no extorting no rappers at our table. That's why it was a table. You get what I'm saying? In that era, and I don't know if you was around yet, that 07, 08 era till about 2019, you heard very minimum niggas out here getting robbed, niggas videos getting shot up, niggas studios getting ran up in. You start seeing big Crip and Blood concerts together on the lineup, right? You didn't hear none of that shit going on.
The extortion was holding down then, I guess.
That's what your table was for, bro. The table was
no money involved.
Resources.
So there was no money involved? Like no.
It was just, I personally, okay, for instance, the Migos, right?
Okay, yeah.
You know they're my guys, right?
Of course. The whole QCP family.
Okay, pull it up. The Migos did a free concert for him in Pomona. That happened on my phone. It ain't no fucking extortion. Hey, bro, y'all gonna be in town? Yeah. Hey, could y'all come through, do a 30-minute set for the kids? Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm gonna put you with him. He doing the thing for the kids. He been in Pomona. Wack, we'll pull up.
Could the feds look at, like, again, I'm not saying that specific, but look at something like that to be like, these guys are getting pressured to do these favors.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. These is kids, nigga, who used to be in the back of my Rolls Royce telling me to take them to Taco Bell. Get the fuck out of here, bro. If that's the case, nigga, I'm getting pressure when I get calls, right? What up? Man, this going on. You think you could help get this shit clear? Because we trying to put this song out. Let me call the producer. I know. It's a producer named Harv or some shit. Just the other day I got a call. About a 17-year-old R&B kid. Wack, could you help us work out the pub? They don't want to get a kid no pub. I call Harv. Me and Harv talk. He like, Wack, you right. They fucked up the deal. They did agree. But he is a singer. He does deserve something. Okay, cool, Harv. Whatever you feel you can do, if anything, it would be appreciated. Harv said, Wack, I'll give him 10, 15 points. No problem. It didn't go to me. It went to the fucking kid. But I just happen to know the little nigga. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, y'all can't say a nigga making a nigga give him money is extortion. And then you saying a nigga calling for favors is extortion. If that's the case, nigga, I have been extorted a bunch of times. So have you. I extorted you to get loose cannon on your show.
Well, here's the thing. And by the way, no.
I called you, right?
No. Well, here's the thing, though. I think how the feds are looking at, even like, for example, let's say, and I know I'm going left field, but just follow me for 1 second. It's like when feds allege sex trafficking. When they put,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, hold on. I'm just saying this general. Hold on, Wack, I'm not accusing.
We're not going to have no sex trafficking conversation.
Wack.
Find another example. Wait, I don't let y'all control the narrative.
No. I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point.
You don't have this convo about me.
Hold on.
Make a point with something different.
Wack, let me just make this point. A lot of times when they allege certain shit, right? Everybody's saying for like wire fraud. Anything that's close to it, they look in that lens. Like, for example, if they're alleging, I say with Diddy, they allege sex trafficking. Any chick he flew out, even if it was consensual, they're going to look at it as you moved her from state to state and under the statute.
Yeah, that's the man act. Yeah, I get you. Okay, I've been saying that to people. Like, bro, that shit's sex trafficking.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Once they're looking at Big U, other than the murder, as he was doing extortion plays. So anything
but slow down. No, slow down. The only extortion they have him on is the individual that he was making pay. I don't see no artist in there.
No, hold on.
That he made pay. The only other nigga I see was AB, the boxer.
Those basketball players or whatever, even though they don't call it.
No, that's not extortion.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm not saying they say that's no. Wait, Wack, let me.
We're talking about extortion.
I know, but
don't mention them. They're not saying he extorted.
Yo, it's under when they put it under the RICO Act. That's why I keep saying these things about.
It's not for extortion. They put them under because they donated to the nonprofit.
But what I'm trying to say,
he moved the nonprofit money to his personal account. That's the embezzlement.
Yeah, so they have it for embezzlement, but they have it framed almost like these are ways these guys basically had to give money. They didn't call it extortion, right?
No, they don't. I'm gonna tell you why they don't. I'm gonna tell you why. The dude, Dale or Monster, right? He told the cops he was being extorted for money. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the ball players say he made me or he extorted me. None of them gonna say that, bro, because them is his real friends. I put him with Shaq, so I know how he met Shaq. Yeah. These dudes is his real friends, right? Draymond Green, that's his partner. Him and Draymond Green, like me and you, them niggas is close.
Of course, they're not gonna say it. They're not gonna say it, but that's where the wiretaps come in. Like, for example, even that
I never seen nowhere in there where Big U insinuated he was extorting any of the ball players.
Well, he pretty much insinuates that nothing could go on in LA without him getting pretty much a piece. So again,
bro, see,
like it's the same thing when they mentioned your incident. Like they mentioned the incident, nothing happened in the incident, but it furthers this idea and it furthers the allegation that Big U is running an enterprise that's trying to harm people. Yeah, nothing happened to you.
No, his enterprise is his enterprise, right? And that's him talking, right? So what I'm saying is this, bro. Okay, we ran a clip today where he was saying, hey, we're trying to help the kids get prom dresses and tuxedo rentals, right? I forgot all about this shit. He like, yo, bro, all you motherfuckers that be calling me for whatever, y'all ain't looking out. The dudes that have looked out, he named me as one of them. Wack 100 looked out. Shout out to Wack 100. There was a few other people he named, right? It's simple. Hey, bro, what up? Hey, man, we trying to do this shit for the kids. All right, cool. You doing up on your organization? Yeah, all right, cool. Here go a check. Here go $1,000. Here go $2,000. We right on there for prom, whatever, right? That's not extortion. That's called a nigga, right, helping with a cause. That's what that is. Right, that's all it is.
Again, Wack, I'm not saying it's textbook extortion, but when you put it under a RICO act, it's convincing to make the case that this person was operating that realm.
Yo, listen,
why do you think they put? Why would they put? Hold on. Why would they put that incident? Let me ask you this question, Wack. Why would they put that incident, or even put Big U talking about the altercation with you in the podcast? Why would they not charge that? Why would they put it there unless they're trying to paint the picture that this nigga, when he says, I want somebody.
You gotta ask the feds. Nigga, I'm not the motherfucking feds. Nigga, fuck you asking me for? What you already asked me some stupid shit talking about, why would they talk to me? Nigga, you just said, is he charged for it?
It's listed as an overt act. What I'm trying to say
is he charged for it?
All of these things they put in the indictment is to make the case. It's making the case that this nigga been extorting a bunch of people.
Is he charged for it? Do they have a statement from Wack 100?
No, I never said that. But I said
shut the fuck up talking to me about it, bro. You bitch ass niggas on some real shit. I'm gonna speak from my heart. You bitch ass niggas on one side and say, oh, Big, you don't fuck with Wack. I say, well, I don't fuck with Big U. Now you see a 4-year fucking investigation on the whole time me and this nigga didn't fuck with each other, and you want to put me in his shit.
No, I never put you in shit. The only thing I said is that I think if the feds is doing their due diligence, it would be absolutely stupid that they mention your name a few times as somebody that Big U wanted to harm, and there was an incident that could have went bad, and they never even tried to ask you a question. And that would sound crazy, Wack. Like if
ask me a question for what?
Even if you say I'm not answering no question, but at least be like, hey, listen, we have this.
Hey, no, okay, I bet you this. Let's do this. Let's bet 100,000.
That what?
Because all the paperwork gonna come out. Okay. PSI, everything gonna come out. Let's bet 100,000 right now. I'm telling you, feds ain't never asked me shit about this man ever in the 47 years of my life I've been living. No, the feds or no other motherfucking law enforcement agency.
So Wack, I'm not guaranteeing that they ask you, but I think they would try to talk to you. And here's the thing: even if they didn't ask you, Wack, even if they didn't ask you, you realize you could do a proffer that you could do a proffer that keeps you out of a grand jury and keeps you out of court.
Let's bet 100,000. Stop playing with my name.
No, I'm not saying you did that. What I'm saying is
with my act. Listen, we friends, but I don't give a fuck about no friendship. You playing with my name like that? Because guess what, act? I didn't let nobody play with your name, nigga.
If they got the AK,
that's documented.
Hold on. But if they got it,
documented.
Hold on. Wait a second. If they got it and you don't have a court date or blah 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 blah, we have to deduce these things. What I'm saying is that, like, put it like this. If I was in a,
did they say a crime happened?
Hold on.
Did anybody get hurt when we got into it?
Wait, hold on. I would say, put my name in there, and my name is not there, but put my name in there. If it said, say, Big U and his people try to run down on Ack and try to slap him, and they were like, fuck Ack, they were talking about me a bunch. If they came to lock up Big U, I would imagine at some point they would be like, yo, hey, Ack, you can lawyer up if you want. You can say no, but yo, are you down to sit down with us? Because here's the thing, they could turn me again. I've been said it. You're not listen. If you definitely talk to them, you can listen to the victim. So I wouldn't say you talk to them at all. But did they attempt to? I think it's reasonable to say they would attempt to talk to you. I would think they would attempt to talk to me if I was in that position.
If they would have attempted, then I would be a victim. It would be victim 4, victim 5.
No, if they attempted to talk to you, you have to cooperate to someone for them to have you as a victim. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, you know why? You know why they wouldn't attempt to talk to me?
Why not? Yeah, this is what I want to know.
Because it's a chance that I'm gonna say something.
What do you mean?
They already know I'm running around calling the boy a snitch. They know I'm already saying he cooperate with the 77th Street Division. They pull me down in there talking about some shit about this nigga. I'm gonna be like, this nigga hot as a motherfucking cayenne pepper. It's the fact. They know I'm going to the moon.
Now, here's the other side. Again, like, just to be very clear, I'm not accusing you of nothing. I'm just looking at how I think they would try to.
You niggas want me to be part of a RICO? Hey, bro.
No.
This is why I say you a square. What about this RICO have you noticed when it comes to the people involved? Let me see if your mind even works this way.
They're all stupid and they keep incriminating themselves, but you.
No. Let me tell you something about Big U. Big U fuck with certain people certain ways for certain reasons, right? Big U don't do no dirt with no nigga that ain't from his neighborhood. You ain't noticed every nigga right there from his neighborhood?
Yeah,
every nigga right there from his neighborhood. Big U does not fuck with niggas because guess why? He feels he can't control it.
Okay.
He do something with a nigga over here from another neighborhood, right? And a nigga get out on him. He can't control it. Okay. If you look at the paperwork, every nigga's from his neighborhood. I'm gonna be real, bro. We don't. My team, my circle, my table. We didn't make money off of extorting, bro. Like that ain't even no money. Did you see the dollar amounts with the?
I mean, $2,000 a week. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I can show you.
What's the problem?
Yeah, but okay. So where if 10 people make money off 1,000?
Okay. So basically, you're saying Big U was a low-level hustler that was extorting for small bills.
No, what I'm saying is, I just learned when I read that paperwork, right, about all that shit. Because I'm like, this shit crazy. $500, nigga saying we reduce you down to $1,500. And then the crazy part about it is his pickup man is backdooring him. He telling the victim, don't answer the phone when Big U call. He gonna ask you for $5,000. Don't answer the phone. And then another one, he says, I'm only gonna give Big U 1,000 out this 1,500, so you just gave me 1,000. So your middleman, like I'm looking at this shit like that's some real clown shit. Hey, not only are you extorting the nigga for a stack or two, but your pickup man is working with the victim against you for the stack or two.
I'm telling it was $500. Hey, did you know that Big U was, because I always listen to you on Clubhouse, you said Big U is not like that. And from the wiretaps, Big U was telling these niggas, listen, I done knocked a couple niggas off and I'm still like that. I'll do it again. That's what he was saying.
Hey bro,
did you know he was like that?
What a nigga say and what a nigga doing, listen.
Oh, he was lying.
If you got a group of people that's already intimidated and scared of you for whatever reason, right? Bro, you can tell a nigga you just killed the rhinoceros and they gonna believe you. They ain't have to see it. Did you ever hear him give a description of who he did like that? I'm still. You got rappers in every song talking about what they doing and ain't did it. So just because a nigga saying I'm like that, once you got their attention, right, and you got their mind, whatever you feed it is what they gonna swallow, homie.
So
I'm telling you, and maybe
you don't think he got to live to catch a body then? So like when you hear it, you read
every man. See, in these streets, every man is capable of murder, killing somebody. A coward motherfucker, kill a motherfucker. You scare him enough, right? But then you got some motherfuckers that's just what they do. You understand what I'm saying? That nigga, that's what they do. It is, nigga. It's like how you get up and take a piss.
Yeah.
They'll knock a nigga down.
Yeah.